This is Willow. Weber, her buddy, is over there trying to get the treats off the table, and this is their roadmap to success. As you can see, she's very jumpy. And when a dog jumps up on someone when they come in the home, that's a way of saying, I'm claiming you as my property. So now a lot of people are told to turn away from the dog whenever it jumps up. I'm going to show the guardians a different technique which it teaches the dog to adopt a calm, non-jumpy behavior by incorporating a leash. And if you watch my videos on the website, there's a bunch of videos that'll show you how to do it. Sit. And message me and I can send you a link to it if you forget how to do that. Now, basically, in her case, I think the reason that the main things we wanted to go over were, number one, she was counter surfing. I went through it off camera, a way to stop that. The jumping, which we're gonna do off camera once we get done with this video, and the kids come home. And then the third thing is she's started growling, and she actually nipped at a guardian when she was on the furniture. So we're gonna talk about, actually, if you could do me a favor, there's a piece of paper on the table. Can you grab that for me, my crib sheet of notes? So we're going to incorporate some rules to help her start to identify as a follower. And the more that we enforce rules, the more the dog sees us acting like a follower. And so right now she wants the treats, and you see she's just like, I'm going to take those treats. So basically for the bedroom, I'm going to kind of describe a whole synopsis for that. But I'm going to do that right now because that's more important. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to start closing the doors to the bedroom in the morning when one of the guardians gets up and leaves. Here you go, you have one. And so that she doesn't get up and start growling, we want to just eliminate her access point to it. Now, around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, she starts going in there. She camps out in the bed ahead of everyone else going in there. So what we want to do is we want to start blocking her from doing that. So we're going to close the doors and not allow her to go in there. Now for the kennel, we can do some kennel gains and help her want to go in the kennel. One of the things I'd like to do, have the guardian do, is take these high value treats that she's drooling and you see she really likes, sit. And we're going to toss a couple in the kennel with the door and close the door of the kennel. We're going to let her see us do this. We want her pining. She was scratching. We want her to want to go in the kennel. I think she's developed a little bit of resentment for the kennel because she's been forced to go in there at times. And just, sometimes we have to do what we have to do. But the more we have positive associations with the kennel, the more she's going to like it. Now, I'd like to come up with a new command word for the kennel, like Jamaica or Cabo or something fun that the kids maybe can help come up with. And then basically what we're going to do is every day I'd like to start out with a ramekin of about 30 treats. And throughout the day, we're going to go over there, we're going to walk over the kennel, we're going to throw a treat in there, let her see it. She goes in the kennel. Remember, after she licks it up, she's going to hear the command word, Jamaica, let's say. And then we walk away. So now, every day, there's 30 times that she gets put in the kennel, but we'll deal with that later. She's got on the furniture. That's one of the rules. She's not allowed. Because she's being guarding about it. So basically, throughout the day, we're going to practice having her go in the kennel, something good happens. Also, some of the time, we're going to go towards the end of the day, we're going to get a bully stick or a greenie. Right around the time we close that door, we're going to put the bully stick in the kennel and close the door with her outside of it. We want her to pine and want to go into that kennel. And by doing these kennel games, we desensitize her and make her want to go into the kennel, number one. And then by blocking her from going in there, we create that longing to go in there. Let me see. So we're already halfway through my notes here. We have a dog bed in the bedroom, and when we're doing the thing where the family's going to be in the dog bed or in the room, she can be in the room if part of the family's hanging out in there, but she's only allowed to be in the dog bed. Now, if she jumps up on the bed, which she can do, we're going to take one treat, touch her nose, and toss it on the ground. When she jumps down and licks it up, we're going to say the word off. At that point, we're going to block her, hiss at her if she starts marking towards the kennel or towards the bed. If she gets on, she's going to immediately get off. Now, we'd prefer to do the positive reinforcement. So one of the things I like to do is directional commands. So I like the guardians to go have a handful of treats, go to every room in the house. If I'm in the room and this is the doorway and there's the hallway, I'm going to touch her nose with the treat, toss it 3 feet out of the room. When she goes out of the room and gets it, we're going to say the word out. So we're going to have an out and we're going to have an off command. Are they getting close? Okay.
Close.
Okay. So basically what we're going to do is create that repetition. I'd like the guardian also to go in there at times, not in the morning and not in the evening, not any time when she would like to growl it. And when she jumps up on the bed, have a couple of treats, go over, toss it on the ground, let her go down and get it. If she jumps back on the bed, we're going to do that 2 or 3 times. And then we're going to go out and do our thing and leave the bedroom. And when she leaves, close the door again if she goes in there more and more. But we want to shape that behavior and reward her for getting down and create a vocabulary for getting down. Let's see. The dog bed should have a unique command word, and I like to have a different word for each command, each bed. So what I do is I toss a treat onto the dog bed. When it goes and licks it up off the dog bed, I'm going to say the word beach or whatever the command word is. So So toss one, let her go and get it, toss another one, repeat the process. Do this with each dog separately, maybe not with him, so that she gets used to going to the dog bed. And eventually we can say beach and she knows where to go. Now the first way is I toss it on there and let her see me toss it and let her go get it. The second way I do it is I leave one on the dog bed and I don't tell her. I just wait for her to discover on her own. When she goes there and licks it up, we say the word beach again. And if you're going to leave the room, maybe and she's outside or somewhere, put a treat on there. So every time she goes onto the dog bed, good stuff happens. That way she's more motivated to want to go onto the dog bed. And so the more that we do this, the more that we're going to create a positive association and make her want to entice to go down. But for dogs, the higher they sit, the more rank or social status they have. So we want over some rules. We want to tackle these problems from multiple angles. If we let a dog sit at the same height as us, that's one of the ways we say we're peers. So one of my rules would be she's not allowed to be on any furniture other than dog beds for at least a month. Might be longer than that. And we want her to develop new neural pathways and myelin to develop without getting too in the weeds, but the more that she does that, the more she'll continue to do that. And then eventually we get to the point where if we do want to invite her on the bed, we invite her for a one-time test, and we invite her. She doesn't make the decision herself, we make the decision. But if she gets up there and she displays any unwanted behavior, she growls, she barks, and she nips for certainly, then we're going to put her down and she has another 30-day period of not being able to be on the dog bed. If she protests, if she's good, we can maybe let her sleep on the dog bed in the room. But I would recommend for a month that she should probably sleep in the kennel. Now she's in the kennel during the day, but the guardians arrange to have somebody come by and walk her. But we want to avoid keeping a dog in a kennel for longer than 4 hours in a row because it'll develop cortisol in its blood and it'll create an anxiety and a negative association. The dog walker that comes by, I really am not a fan at all under any circumstances of ever using a prong collar because it's a negative. I'm going to show the guardians how to use a martingale collar. If you forget or the dog guardian walker doesn't know, say, I don't have as much control, message me. I'll send you a link to a video that'll explain how you'll have much more control and without using negative, using a martingale collar. Let me see. We went over a way for the kids to get chocolate for the kids for interacting with the dogs. Make sure you do that. And make sure you're eating before the dog does. Practice a warm-up before we actually have dinner and enforce one of the rules not being allowed in the kitchen. Now we have the kids just about to show up, so we're going to have to end this video a little bit earlier. Make sure you text me if you have any questions or problems, no matter how minor it is. I'd rather you text me sooner than wait and let it get faster and get worse. This is Willow, and that is Weber, and this is their, there you go. Let's come back to me real quick. This is their roadmap to success. Remember, everything you do trains your dog, only sometimes you mean it.